Hi, I'm Preethi. Effective decision making skills. A good question to ask yourself when you're going to make a decision is this: how would I feel about this decision 10 minutes from now? How would I feel about this decision 10 days from now? How would I feel about it 10 years from now? Asking that question gives a sense of urgency to your decision making, and it helps you to look at the larger picture of your decision. Ask yourself, how would I feel about this decision if I had just 3 months to live? If I had just 3 months to live, what kind of decision would I make here? Or would I make a decision at all or not do anything? How would I want people to talk about me 3 months from now, long after I'm gone, for making this decision? Asking that helps you to think about your legacy for making this decision and how do you want to be remembered. Who is going to pay the price for this decision you're about to make? Are you going to pay the price, or is that other person who is provoking you and persuading you or manipulating you to make the decision going to pay the price? Chances are you are the one who's going to be paying the price. That's why they're provoking you or they're manipulating you to make that decision. And that price that you're going to pay could be with your time, with your money, with your physical health. Some decisions can cost us dearly with our physical health and thus leading to all kinds of medical bills. It could be emotionally draining. It could be that you're taking time away from your family or a loved one because now you're entangled in some mess that another person provoked you into. So who's going to be paying the price for your decision? A dangerous way of making decisions is by putting those decisions in the hands of people who pay no price for being wrong. They have nothing to lose, and you have everything to lose. Frame your decisions. The word frame goes back to several hundred years ago when artists and painters, they framed their paintings in a rectangle or in a square. If you look at most of the paintings today, they are not framed in a circle or a triangle. They are framed in a rectangle or a square. It also goes to decision making. When you frame your decision, you're giving it perspective. You're separating the outside world from what's going on inside. Framing leads to reframing. How you reframe a question, a word choice, a sentence could dramatically affect the outcome or the response or how someone else hears what you're saying. Here's an example. What would you go with? Would you opt for surgery with a survival rate of 90%, or would you opt for surgery with a mortality rate of 10%? It means the same. When you reframe it differently, it sounds different and it also affects the response or how other people hear it. You'd probably say you'd go for the one with a survival rate of 90%. Why? Our minds are shaped by gain than loss. Mindset and decision making is key. When it comes to decision making, it's not the decision itself, it's your thought process that guides the decision making. That's the difference maker. What thoughts are guiding your decision making process? More importantly, who is guiding your decision making process? The people who surround us, our immediate reference group, the people we live with who nag at us day in, day out, they dramatically affect our decision making process. What books do you read, or what books have you not read? That could affect your decision making process. The ChatGPT prompts you give could affect your decision making process. AI and decision making. For some decisions, consulting AI or ChatGPT could help in some of your decision making process. Maybe get further information from AI or get statistics or sales numbers that could influence your decision making process. And for some things, AI could be deadly in getting information or guidance for your decision making process, especially if it's an emotionally driven decision. Seeking AI help in the decision making process may not be a good idea. These are some things to keep in mind when you are making decisions. Check out my website at preethifernando, preethifernando.com. Join me on LinkedIn, and thank you for listening.